Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Tevaron here, and welcome back to Aviary Attorney. Today's the day of the trial, but we don't have the option to do that because last night we were knocked unconscious and dumped in the Seine. And now I guess we're climbing out on the riverbank at the Pont des Arts. Oh, hello, fisher person. Come on, monsieur, wake up. Oh, you helped? You're the one who woke us up. Well, thank you then. I said wake up. You're starting to worry me. Oh, thank goodness. I wasn't sure whether I would have to find a doctor or a mortician.
My head. Where am I?
The Pont des Arts. You know, by the Louvre in Paris, France. I just fished you out of the Seine. Nearly broke my rod doing it. Wait, I know you. You're that disrespectful lawyer guy. Giro Falco or something.
What time is it? Actually, what day is it?
You hit your head pretty hard, huh? It's the 21st of January, and around 9 o'clock in the morning by my reckoning. Can we get some... Oh, wait, 9 o'clock's when the trial starts. Oh dear. Well, we need to be there, but can we get some information from you about the swans you saw?
21st, 9 o'clock. Oh no, the trial. I should have been at the Cour d'Assises 10 minutes ago.
Well, you're running late, but take it easy, monsieur. I'm sure they'll be understanding. Not with that wolf judge, they won't.
Maybe if I sprint it.
In your condition? That would be stupid. Take a seat. Clear your head. I'll go get some dry clothes. Well, thank you. I guess you're not such a bad fellow after all. Maybe you were threatened into lying on the stand.
No time.
Wait, monsieur. At least take this before you go. Is that a pen?
What's this? A dip pen? No. No, wait. It's a modern fountain pen. Bone handle. Good nib. Very fancy. Thanks, monsieur, but this isn't mine.
Really? Are you sure? You were holding it pretty tightly when I found you. Oh, really? Perhaps it was in the breast pocket of the person who attacked him.
I was holding this, then I suppose it has to be mine.
Is there a monogram or anything on that pen? Contains green ink. That's a little unusual, isn't it? Okay.
Thanks, fisherman.
Uh-oh. That's not the correct way to address him if you don't want him to go all offended on you.
I owe you one.
Hey, don't call me a fisherman. Because in his world, that is a slur of some sort.
It's 9 o'clock. I believe it's time for the roll call.
Oh, is Sparrowson not there either?
Is the defense not present?
Such unprofessionalism.
If there's no defense, then this trial cannot proceed any further. We must make a ruling based on the evidence that has already been presented.
That sounds not right.
I will now converse with the jury. We shall decide whether Prince Juan is guilty of murdering Major Howl and of conspiring to murder the king.
Your Honor, may I have a word?
Fine, but make it quick.
I'm a firm believer that a trial must be orderly and punctual. There is no room for wishy-washy dilly-dallying. But it seems somewhat rash to end a trial session the moment it is due to start. Perhaps it would be prudent to wait 5 or 10 minutes in case the defense is just a little tardy. I may have misjudged you, Cocorico. You really are a person of integrity. I'm sorry. Then the trial still has a chance to proceed, and justice will be served.
You are the prosecution, are you not? You have nothing to worry about. A guilty verdict is all but guaranteed.
Your Honor, you appear confused. I'm not here to secure a guilty verdict.
Of course you are. You're a prosecutor. By definition, you're here to prosecute.
No, my job description is to prosecute, but I am here, in this courtroom, to ensure that justice is served. Very well said, Cocorico. An unfair and unbalanced trial is not in the spirit of justice.
That's very noble of you. But if the defense is absent, then there is little that can be done. I'll hear no more about this matter. I will now talk with the jury.
The defense is present, Your Honor.
You're too late, Falcon.
Mon Dieu, JJ, you look like a total mess. Did you take a morning swim in the Seine or something?
Something like that.
Your Honor, we are all present. We are only 3 minutes over schedule. Let's not needlessly dirty the pure name of justice.
Rules are rules, prosecutor. Falcon clearly has no respect for legal procedure. Frankly, for turning up while looking like a drowned rat, I ought to hold him in contempt of court.
Your Honor.
But, Your Honor.
Rules are rules. One more word out of either of you, and I shall have you both disbarred.
It's a pity. The King of France was most looking forward to standing behind the witness podium.
The King of France? He's here.
Oh, are we not doing the trial after all? That's a pity.
Your Majesty, what a surprise. Well, you see.
You know, it's my 7th time testifying against a would-be assassin. But it's the first time seeing a trial where the case has ended before it even began.
Well, the defense, he was late and,
Oh, pish-posh. France didn't become a great and dignified kingdom through rigorous punctuality. Let's go ahead with this trial. It'll be fun. Look, I'll say the oath to get us started. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Did I get it right?
That was perfect, Your Majesty. JJ, I trust you have no objections with the King testifying?
No objection, Chair. Going ahead with the trial is fine with me.
Well said, JJ. And surely you wouldn't stand in the way of the King, would you, Your Honor?
Fine. Proceed with this cursed trial.
Excellent. Now, Your Majesty, could you tell us your activities on the day of the murder?
My activities? Well, I started my day with tea and toast as I normally do. I was dressed in my PJs at the time.
I think you can skip ahead a little, perhaps to your arrival at the Louvre.
Oh, right, of course. Well, my entourage and I entered through the Louvre south entrance around 9 o'clock. We passed through the Salle de Tibre with a little fanfare. It was glorious. At the Grand Gallery, I unveiled the new painting and gave a short speech to inspire the citizens who attended. I do love my public. That's when I was approached by a man claiming to be the Prince of Spain. He presented a rose, which was taken by Major Howell, and, well, I think you know the rest.
Indeed we do, Your Majesty. Mesdames and messieurs of the court, what we have here is another testimony that establishes Prince Juan's guilt. it establishes his presence and that he gave a rose to Major Howl. It doesn't establish that there was poison on the rose. And this is no ordinary testimony. It is the testimony of perhaps the most trustworthy man in all of France. I beg to differ that someone being a monarch makes them automatically trustworthy.
Oh, you flatter me, prosecutor. But I am the most trustworthiest in all the kingdom, aren't I?
I have no doubt, Your Majesty. Nonetheless, I would like to perform a cross-examination.
How dare you doubt our king? The utter nerve!
Oh, calm yourself, Judge. I have no qualms with standard legal procedure. Defense, please proceed. I want to see your best courtroom drama material.
All right. I didn't actually hear anything to question in the testimony. Let's look at this again. Well, we know he's not the Prince of Spain, so perhaps we should test that. See, do we have any evidence about anything? We've got the rose. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure, so we'll go with the Prince of Spain.
Your Majesty, you say that you were presented with a rose by the Prince of Spain.
Indeed. He formally introduced himself. I knew he was telling the truth because he called me Senor.
Let's start with why did Major Howl take the rose?
I find it curious that Major Howl snatched the rose before you could take it. Why would he do that?
The Major has always been a protective fellow. I think he was just doing his diligence as a royal guard. And given how he took the figurative bullet for me, I would say that he did his job well.
Well, I can't argue with that.
Do we have another question? Yes. Let's go ahead and drop the bombshell.
Your Majesty, prosecutor, members of the court, brace yourselves, because I have a revelation that will turn this trial on its head.
I'm actually not too sure about that, and this may be a huge mistake, because this may just go not in our favor at all, but...
Juan Querido is not the Prince of Spain.
That's not a revelation, Falcon.
It isn't?
Well, in that case, it would help us because we were the one to present it instead of being exposed by the prosecution. Of course not. We all know that the current ruler is Queen Regent Isabella II, and that she has no children. The Queridos are obviously pretenders to the throne. Prince Juan's title is probably self-appointed. Oh, yeah, that's it. He's a pretender to the throne. He's definitely not a French private investigator. I'm not sure how far we should press this. Yeah, but his name isn't even Juan. This seems like it's bad for us, doesn't it? But when in doubt, I guess always go with the truth.
But his name isn't even Juan Querido. I don't even think the fox is Spanish.
So what?
So what? That's important.
JJ, what's important is that this man is accused of committing murder and of conspiring to kill the king. I guess I agree. That is what's in dispute here. The man's name is irrelevant. He could be named Juan Querido or Bob Struney for all I care. It doesn't change the events that transpired on the morning of January 6th.
I suppose that's true.
Well, I just screwed the pooch. No.
Never mind. I have no more questions about Prince Juan.
Okay, so that was wrong. In the Grand Gallery. The Salle de Tibre is where we found the chocolate wrapper, right? Is that relevant? Or do we question the south entrance to see if he saw the fox there, which would further discredit the Kingfisher's testimony. Yeah, I'm really not sure what to question here at all. And I'm afraid if I keep picking the wrong ones that I'm going to get stomped. Let's go with the Salé de Tibre.
Your Majesty, you say that you passed through the Salé de Tibre uneventfully.
Indeed. We stopped briefly to look at the paintings and then moved on to the Grand Gallery.
So, what did you see in the Salé de Tibre?
Could you elaborate? What did you see in the Salé de Tibre?
What did I see? Well, Roman stuff mostly.
I meant aside from the Roman artifacts. For example, did you talk to someone in the room who wasn't a member of your entourage?
You're reaching, JJ. The king already testified that he passed through without encountering anything of interest. Well, what about Major Hal? Did he get the chocolate there? I want the king to elaborate.
I have reason to believe that this was a key moment on the day of the murder. I want the king to elaborate on exactly what and who he saw there.
Then I suppose that you will have to proceed, Your Majesty.
All right, let me think. There was that giant doorstop. There was that copper urn thing. Oh, there was something else now that you ask. I was offered a box of chocolates by some peasant mademoiselle.
Aha! And Major Hal took one to test for you, didn't he? Was this peasant mademoiselle a swan?
I don't have much of a sweet tooth, but Major Hal was keen to accept a chocolate or two on my behalf.
What?
Did I say something startling, prosecutor?
No. Please continue, Your Majesty.
I think the prosecution is startled because he just came to the realization that I was not spouting drivel in the previous trial session.
Well, that's debatable.
So when are we going to encounter the doctor who can give us info on what the poison on the chocolate wrapper was, I wonder?
To cut a long story short, Your Majesty, this mademoiselle may hold some relevance to the case at hand. Could you describe her?
Really? She's relevant? Well, let me think. I didn't get a good look at her face, but she was a sorry-looking swan, probably in her late teens or early 20s.
Uh-huh.
A young, sorry-looking swan, you say? I don't suppose her name was...
Signy?
Mademoiselle Signy?
Signy? That sounds familiar. Why, yes, I think that was it. She was called Mademoiselle Signy.
I see. This is undoubtedly significant. Mademoiselle Signy gave chocolates to Major Howell minutes before he died.
Now, wait just 1 minute. I see what you're alluding to, JJ. You're suggesting that the gifted chocolates killed the Major. But that line of reasoning holds no weight because the evidence is circumstantial. It's no more circumstantial than your assertion that the rose was poisoned and you have no rose or poison to submit. And in fact, I do have evidence if it arrives in time.
Circumstantial my tail feathers. The king just testified that Major Howell ate chocolates.
Yes, that much is no longer in dispute, but you still have not proved that the chocolates were poisoned. Without that, we must assume that the swan was merely offering a gift, rather than speculating that she is a murderer.
Yes, yes!
Oh, I keep clicking that by accident. I need to watch where my mouse cursor is.
Shame on you, defense. Implicating a poor, innocent girl like that. Absolutely disgusting. Why, I ought to end this trial.
Hold on. I do have evidence that the chocolate was, in fact, poisoned.
I don't believe you, JJ. If you had a piece of evidence that significant, you would have slammed it down already. Present it.
Well, I can't. It's not really the evidence folder type of evidence.
Why am I not surprised?
The drama was just getting good. Why did you all go quiet so suddenly?
Well, Your Majesty, it appears that the defense just had a realization of his own. That is, that he lacks the evidence to support his theory. Since he cannot continue with his argument, I believe that the cross-examination has come to an end.
I'm not done yet. Let me present my evidence. See, I had the chocolate wrapper back in my office, and Sparrowson ate it.
Stop, JJ, while you still have a little dignity. The results of whatever crackpot pseudoscientific experiment you performed do not constitute valid evidence. Uh-huh. I think this trial is over, Your Honor.
About bloody time. You may take your leave, Your Majesty.
Very well. I am pleased that justice has been thoroughly served. Until the next assassination attempt. Adieu, messieurs.
I will now deliberate with the jury.
Hello, Phoenix Wright? Oh, Sparrowson! Bloody good to see you, pal. Bloody good to see you.
Sorry, I always wanted to do that.
Sparrowson, are you okay?
Yup, the doctor said I have an iron stomach. Most of the poison passed straight through me. Speaking of which, I would like to testify on that poison chocolate issue. I even got the doctor's note, see? It's too late. The trial is over.
You can't be serious, Your Honor. The contents of that note could turn the entire trial on its head. You must allow it.
Why are you constantly arguing with me? I thought the job of a public prosecutor was to assist the judges.
No. How on earth did you become a judge? You are an idiot. I told you, Your Honor, my job isn't to get a guilty verdict. It is to ensure that justice is served. And your job as judge is not to get a guilty verdict either. It's to make sure everything is on the up and up and fair.
I swear, you are the worst prosecutor in all of France.
Go ahead, Sparrowson. Read the contents of the note for the court to hear.
This patient, Sparrowson, was submitted to Salpêtre Hospital, where he displayed a variety of symptoms. These include profuse sweating, a rapid fever, and severe nausea. The patient was diagnosed with poisoning, probably originating from the plant known as aconite, also known as monk's-hood, also known as wolfsbane.
Ooh, that is the exact poison that was mentioned by the dog at the pub, wasn't it?
When we questioned the patient, he admitted to having consumed a discarded chocolate wrapper, potentially carrying the poison. Examining the contents of the patient's stomach confirmed this to be true. As a mental health professional, I believe this patient to be clinically... we can skip that bit. Yada yada. Okay, here we go. Signed, Dr. Farrett.
Thank you, Sparrowson. I don't think I'll even need to question you. Between your note and the King's testimony, every angle of the chocolate wrapper business has been covered.
Awesome. Wait, did you say the King is here?
You can get his autograph later.
Right. So, what happens now? Do I get cross-examined by the prosecution or something?
To be honest, I see little to cross-examine.
Do your damned job, prosecutor. Cross-examine that little annoying liar of a bird. Tear his testimony to shreds.
Your Honor, he has a note, signed by a medical professional, definitively proving that the chocolate wrapper from the crime scene was poisoned. We could nitpick the details or delve into the doctor's credentials, but I fear it would be a waste of the court's time. Nobody wants that.
So then, what the hell do we do now?
Have you never judged a trial before? We do nothing, Your Honor. This poisoned wrapper has introduced an element of doubt into the case. The prosecution must accept that. But is the level of doubt reasonable? Is it significant? I think the members of the jury will agree. JJ's evidence is still tenuous. Is it? And while, I appreciate you trying to be fair and all, but I think your grasp of reason and logic is very tenuous itself, Cocorico.
Tenuous?
A step above circumstantial. You have proven a link. A not wholly illogical link, but you haven't proved beyond doubt that Major Hal was killed by the chocolate. We don't have to. How many times do I have to say, the burden of proof to prove guilt is on you. All we have to do is introduce reasonable doubt that he might not be the killer. And that's enough. You are still making far too many assumptions. Where is the empiricism that is required by any good court of law? Where are the witnesses who can back up your claims? You're trying to shift the burden of proof again. The burden of proof is not on us. It's on you.
Oh, I brought along a witness. Maybe she can help.
Did you find Signy? Is she going to admit to murder on the stand? Oh my God.
Hello?
You know her?
Sparrowson, it's great to see you on your feet, and you have been an enormous asset to this case, but what are you trying to pull off now?
Surprise witness.
Surprise witness?
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that Cocorico liked calling surprise witnesses, so I thought we would beat him at his own game. I brought the flower girl, Mademoiselle Signy, so that she can testify about Prince Juan's character.
Because you didn't know that we've already discovered that she gave the chocolate to Major Hal.
You're putting me in a difficult position, Sparrowson. Just moments before you arrived, we, the court, established that Mademoiselle Signy is a possible suspect for this case.
Though I imagine it's not actually her who is the suspect, but Nicole Signy. We don't know this girl's name, but we do know that Gautier and Nicole have left for Vienna.
What? That can't be right. Sparrowson, it's okay. Monsieur Falcon, I would like to testify.
You want to testify? Do you understand what you are agreeing to?
I do. I have accepted my fate.
Prosecutor, do you have any objections to me calling upon Mademoiselle Signy as a witness?
No, none. Bearing in mind, of course, that you are here to defend Prince Juan, not to convict Mademoiselle Signy. Prosecuting is my job.
Of course.
I have no objections either. Please proceed, witness. Speak the oath. The oath? Say that you swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I swear, Your Honor, I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Good, very good.
Please state your name and occupation for the court record.
My name is Catherine Marie Signy, and I am a flower seller.
So she's not Nicole. I am still wagering it's Nicole who is the murderer.
Mademoiselle Signy, tell the courtroom of your activities on the morning of the 7th of January.
Or it just occurred to me, either that or she killed Major Hal purposely with the chocolate so that the other two Signys could become free and escape. Maybe he was taking advantage of them in some way.
Very well. I saw the king and his entourage enter the Louvre around 9 o'clock. I followed. When they came to a stop in the Salle de Thibre, I stepped forward and offered the king a chocolate. He refused, but a guard, a big dog by the name of Major Owl, was happy to oblige. The guard died because I, personally, had previously added poison to the chocolates. No, that can't be right. I used poison derived from monkshood, a notoriously dangerous plant. As a flower seller, it was simple to acquire.
Why did you do it, mademoiselle?
Why? Monsieur, people have tried to kill the king before, and people will try again. He is a vile man who has no respect or love for the people who suffer under him. I did it to better the French people.
Oh, okay. We were under the impression that it was another reason?
I don't believe that at all. Falcon, say something.
Mademoiselle, are you being coerced or threatened? Speak freely.
No, monsieur. I'm confessing out of my own volition. It is my guilt and nobody else's.
Well, I still don't think we've gotten the actual whole story here, but...
Well, defense, it looks like you wormed a confession out of this murderous beaut. I suppose that gets your client, Prince One, completely off the hook. Lucky you. So, shall we wrap this court session up?
No, I haven't finished my examination. I don't want to get roped into something bad like we did in the first trial, if it will allow us.
No, not yet. I have further questions for the witness, Your Honor.
Further questions? To what end? You've already proved your client's innocence.
I wish to uncover the truth.
You aren't here to uncover the truth. You're here to defend Prince One, and you've done that job with a disgusting level of diligence.
Nonetheless, I believe the mademoiselle has admitted something of huge importance. I wish to question her further.
Something of huge importance.
I won't allow it.
Fine. Can I at least show something to the witness?
You and the prosecutor are a right pair of moralizing blowhards, aren't you? You are doing my head in. Fine. If it will shut you up, I will let you show one magical mystery item to the witness. I can't imagine you'll have anything up your sleeve to change the flow of this trial, though.
I think I may jest.
Monsieur Falcon, save it. I have nothing more to say.
Maybe you would, once you realize the person who actually did the poisoned chocolates is out of the country.
Please, take a look at these, mademoiselle.
Train ticket stubs?
Look at the names.
Papa and Mommin. In Vienna? Really? Are they really safe?
They are. The tickets were arranged courtesy of the fox.
Then, that means the wolf has nothing to hold over me. I can speak freely.
The wolf? The same wolf who is the judge?
Indeed. Go ahead, mademoiselle.
What are you two muttering about down there? I'm amending my testimony, Your Honor.
So apparently not this wolf. Maybe it was the other wolf that he was talking to in the cinematic?
Members of the court, everything I have said today has been the truth. I did go to the Louvre on the 7th of January. I did present a box of poisoned chocolates to the king. Except it was not of my own volition. I was threatened. I was forced to carry out the task under threat of harm. You see, my family has been struggling to get by. The winter has been harsh, and my flower business has been struggling. One day, a man approached me, a man I assumed to be kind-hearted. This man offered me 200 francs to get us through the cold, but I could not afford to repay the debt. When I attempted to bargain with the man, he offered me a deal. Assist him with murder, and he would drop all debts. Refuse, and he would ruin me and my parents. I obliged because the alternative meant death for those I love. The name of the man who did this is Judge Romulus.
It is the judge. And on that startling revelation, I think we will end this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, let me know in the comments and by leaving a like below. And of course, subscribe if you'd like to see more in the future. I have been Tevaron, and until next time, friends, be excellent to each other.